All right, so today is September 17, 2024. Apparently, Dodge opened orders for the 2024 Charger Daytona EVs. It says orders have opened for the 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona RT and 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack. Now, what's interesting is doesn't say anything about the Banshee model, but supposedly they're holding that model off until like 2025, somewhere around the end of 2025. Whether or not that car actually makes it into 2025 or 2026 is anybody's guess. But it feels to me like bait and switch because as far as we know, when we saw this car years ago at the New York International Auto Show, they made it appear that the Banshee model was going to be released immediately. And for the most part, they, chopped it down into two trims to offer. They said there'd be a Scat Pack version and an RT version. But of course, the Banshee model was supposed to be the most expensive version and was supposed to be the fastest. They also claimed that the Banshee was going to have more updated hardware, I should say. They were going to have an 800-volt architecture. Meanwhile, these other cars have only the 400-volt architecture, which basically means that they charge slower and they're unable to discharge the battery to the wheels as quickly as you'd be able to do with the 800-volt architecture. For the most part, it's like they're saying that the RT itself is supposed to be about 60,000 and the Scat Pack is supposed to be about 73,000. So they're already positioning themselves to play the exact same games that they're playing right now with the existing inventory of Scat Packs, RTs, and Hellcats. I honestly think this is it. I think Stellantis, through these deceptive sales tactics, through these, what should I say, inflation adjustment pricing and markups, I think they're basically going to kill the brands. So Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, I personally think Chrysler is going to go first, Dodge is going to go second. Whether or not Dodge and Ram survive or get spun off, who knows? But this is the death of them. That is what it is. Now, it's funny. A lot of these people, they're saying, "Oh, we don't want EVs," but they suggest going to hybrids. The thing about it is, right now, Stellantis technology for hybrids isn't that great either. I mean, when you really think about it, what do they have? They have the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. They have the Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe. They have the Ram 1500e Torque. They have the Chrysler Pacifica E. It's like the technology that they really have right now, the reality is nobody wants that either. That's what it is. See, the sad thing about this company is that the only thing that was keeping them afloat was the fact that they were making a product that was different from everybody else's. Nobody else was making an iron block V8. Nobody else was putting a supercharger on an iron block V8. Nobody else was making any of that for an affordable price. When I got my Hellcat, it was only like $76,000 on the sticker. And now they're demanding over $100,000 for anything that even has a Hellcat in it. There is a dealership not far from me called Town and Country Chrysler, and they have a blue Durango Hellcat that's been sitting out there for months. Like every time I've been there, I've seen that Hellcat, that same Durango Hellcat. And when I asked them about it, they said that they were selling it for like $5,000 under sticker. They also, right next to it, because I know I put this in a video before, they had a silver Durango Hellcat, which now Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, they're offering a Quicksilver model, and they want like $115,000 for it. Now, the silver one that was sitting out there did sell, because I haven't seen it anymore. But again, they wanted like $5,000 off sticker, and the sticker price was like $98,000. So Why that blue Durango is still sitting out there, I can only guess it's because either people don't like the color blue, or because perhaps the insurance is so high that it kills the deal, or perhaps the purchase price is so high that it kills the deal. But that thing's been sitting out there. It's still sitting out there right now. So I personally think that the best Hellcat models were actually the Trackhawk and the Durango. Now, I think they screwed the Trackhawk up by not making it look exciting, and it looked like a regular Jeep SRT for the most part, and it didn't even look that good. But the Durango Hellcat actually came out looking a lot better. Yeah, they could have done a little bit with the rear face. They could have put like a valence or something back there, or even just like the Trackhawk, they could have had the twin tailpipes on both sides, so they would have had 4 tailpipes. But they didn't even do that. It was like they just rushed this shit out there, and they're like, yeah, we could just put it out there. These idiots will buy it. It doesn't matter. And that's how, like, it feels like they just don't care anymore. That's what it really feels like. It really feels like they're just going through the parts bin, and it feels like they just don't care. So, for the most part, back to this, they're saying, yeah, there's 496 horsepower for the RT. They say there's 670 for the Scat Pack. The thing you have to understand is that these cars weigh so much. These things weigh between 5,800 pounds and 6,000 pounds. I do believe that the 496 horsepower model will be quick, and it also probably will be fast. But the 670 is definitely going to be considerably faster. Now, the question is, how long will it be until you can actually get one of those next to a Hellcat on a drag strip to find out which one's faster? Chances are, especially if these things are all-wheel drive, chances are the RT with 670 might actually end up being faster than the rear-wheel drive Charger and Challenger. But again, it remains to be seen because, again, this thing weighs over 6,000 pounds with a driver. So that's going to be really interesting. It says it has a 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. So, it's all-wheel drive. So they're saying while running the quarter mile in an estimated 11.5, and that's not bad. That's not bad at all. But the thing about it is you're getting beaten by a Tesla Plaid every single time. And the sad thing is those Tesla Plaids have been out so long until they've depreciated. So now somebody can go to Tesla, they can pick up a Tesla Plaid, and they whip your ass, and there's nothing you can do about it. In fact, that Plaid is so damn fast until even if you have like a Demon or a Demon 170, you're getting beaten every single time. Now, I've heard a lot of people talk a lot of jazz. Oh, yeah, I could beat a Tesla Plaid, no problem. I haven't seen a single video. of the Tesla Plaid and the Demon 170 where the Tesla didn't eat that Demon 170 alive. Yeah, I'm sure the Demon 170 is capable of some great numbers. I'm sure that if the air temperature is just right and the stars are aligned and all the glyphs on the Stargate are perfectly matched up, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Demon, it can get some great numbers. Thing about it is, some little girl in a fucking Tesla Plaid, all she got to do is put her foot down on that shit and she's beating your ass. So there's no skill involved. It's just you just lose. And to me, that's, I don't think Dodge has what it takes to go up against Tesla. Tesla has been at this for so long that they know all of the ins and outs. They give you a car that has just about nothing in it. The thing has seats and a steering wheel, and it has an iPad there. And that's it. But the problem is, it's so fast until, there's like nothing you can do. You just lose. And that's assuming that some other EV manufacturer, because you see Lucid has the Sapphire. Sapphire is so fast it beats the damn Bugatti in the quarter mile. It's like, all it's going to take is for one of these automakers to say, yeah, let's make a 300 mile per hour EV. And all it has to do is 300 miles per hour reliably. And that's the ball game. It's over. It's like, they got the Plaid, they got the Sapphire. All we need is a 300 mile per hour EV. It's over. I foresee that happening within the next 5 years. 300 miles per hour is the new barrier. Yeah, Bugatti broke it with 304.5. Thing about it is, if you can even touch 300 miles per hour, that's just absolutely amazing. I just think I think Dodge is done. I really think it's over for them. It's like Stellantis doesn't care. As I said before, Europeans hate American cars. They hate them partially because they can't buy them. Like, it's just like, when I see the Cybertruck in the street, a lot of people find the Cybertruck really polarizing and a lot of people hate it. But the thing about it is, I'm reminded of the fact that you can't even buy that Cybertruck in most parts of the European Union because it doesn't adhere to their laws about pedestrian safety. See, we don't give a shit about the pedestrians. The most the government did is they put a noisemaker on these cars so that blind people can hear you coming. But as far as the Cybertruck having sharp edges and chopping people up and all this, it's like, yeah, that's not our problem. It's like nobody cares. It's like, stay away from it, stay out of the street, and you'll be fine. But that's just what it is. So these Europeans, they see us driving around in this stuff, and what they see is that we're free and they're not. That's what they see. They try to argue with you, even when it comes to things like gun control. They see that, I can go into the store and I can come out like Rambo, and they can't. And they see that, oh, you don't need that. It's like, no, I need it because you ain't got it. That's why I need it, okay? It's just that simple. And they hate that. They see us, they see our freedom, and they hate us for it. They hate us. It's funny because, like, even their laws, even their regular laws, their common property laws, if you're in, like, Canada or you're in Australia, we've seen the stories. It's like, let's say you're a man and a woman lives with you for a certain amount of time. Even if you're not married, it's like you end up having to pay her, like as if it's a divorce. You end up having to pay her a damn alimony. It's like you could date her, and if she lives with you for enough time, having no marriage, no children, we've seen that story. You got to pay her, and there was a guy who's losing like $4,800 or something, or like some ridiculous amount of money, and she wasn't even married to this dude and had no children by him. Our laws would never allow that. But these Australia and Canada and some of these places, it's like their laws, man. It's like, who the hell made up these laws? But when they see us, they see freedom. That's what they see. That's why everybody want to come here. Like their countries, it's all, oh, we've got freedom, we've got safety and all this. They want to come here where there's chaos. That's what they want. They want to come here to freedom and chaos. They don't want that orderly society that they live in. They want to come here where it's all crazy and shit. That's what they want. And, but they're not coming because because especially if, President Trump gets in there, he's going to shut that border down, so them people going to stay right where they is. It's just that simple. So, as far as this Dodge Charger, yeah, Stellantis, these Dutch people, they don't care about American cars. They hate American cars. These people are going to ruin Chrysler. Like, as far as I'm concerned, Chrysler's already dead. They've been promising the airflow concept for years. Nothing. I've seen Rivian get their car to market quicker. I've seen Lucid get their car to market quicker. Chrysler's a bigger corporation. And Lucid, Rivian, these are just startups. Even Fisker. Fisker got taken down. I think it was kind of unfair what happened to Fisker. But the reality is, even Fisker got their car to market. Think about that. Fisker came up with the Ocean and got it to market in less time than it took Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram to get the Jeep Wagoneer S, to get the Dodge Charger EV, to get the Banshee. Like, startup electric vehicle companies got their shit to market faster. Now, Rivian's doing pretty well. Lucid is doing okay. But, here these big super companies, GM, Chrysler, they've been having so much problem with these vehicles. It's like, I think they're afraid to bring them to the market. I think they're afraid because they know that there's going to be massive numbers of recalls. So they're trying to get it right. But I just don't think they're there yet. Now, they said that these things were going to start being built between 9/11 and September 23rd. So that means that they've basically just gotten started with the orders. They just gotten started, firing up the factories to build the things, right? But I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Now, again, I've said this before, and I'm gonna get ready to end here. I'm going to withhold my judgment until I actually drive one. There's a lot of it that, for me, it's not just about the speed. There's a lot of it that is about, well, is this thing comfortable? Is it comfortable to sit in? Is it comfortable to drive? It's a lot of little things. It's like all that stuff's going to add up. And I'm going to save my final judgment for when I drive one. I'm interested to see whether or not they have autonomous driving for when you're in traffic. I'm interested to see whether or not, it has the things that we expect, like Google CarPlay, Apple CarPlay. I'm wondering, I'm expecting to see how many luxury features it has. Like, is it nice to actually sit in this thing? So I'm not gonna judge it unfairly until I actually drive it. But as far as these deceptive practices that Stellantis is doing, letting the dealers overmark, because they're if you ask your dealer how much they're charging you for a allocation if you want to buy one of these things, chances are that they may hit you with a number over $100,000, which is like a non-starter. But I'm hearing that some of these dealers are charging $115,000 for these cars. But that's no surprise, because that's exactly what the dealers are marking up their Hellcats to. Like, they're literally slapping $50,000 markups on these cars. It's like, these cars, as far as I'm concerned, all of these cars are played out, they're old, and they're tired. And it's sad to me to watch the consumer, because what the consumer wants is they want to be able to get those engines. They want to be able to get those Hellcat engines, but they want to be able to get these new bodies. They want to be able to get these new interiors. It's not going to happen. These new interiors most likely don't even support those engines because of the vibration and other issues like the heat. But on top of that, it's like, if you look at the way even that the cars are designed, these things don't have proper intakes to cool these engines. So somebody, I would imagine that somebody's going to try to put like a Hellcat engine or a Demon engine in one of these 6-packs when they finally do come out, because as you know, they're leading with the electric vehicles, and they're going to keep the 6-pack model, the Hurricanes. And I've heard bad things about those Hurricane engines. I heard that they're blowing up and falling apart and breaking down, specifically in the Wagoneer. But the reality is, it's like nobody wants what they're being offered. What they want is, they want the new interior. They want a new body style. They want these, they want the engine tech that they have been shown is so great. They want Hellcat engines, Demon engines. But the company's not offering any of that anymore. And here's the other thing. As far as that Hurricane engine goes, that Hurricane engine very well might be their last, twin turbo 6 engine, because the reality is, again, I've been hearing bad things about that engine. And if you've ever seen them try to repair one of these vehicles, it's like they have to take the entire top of the vehicle off of the bottom of the vehicle. It's ridiculous. Like a Wagoneer, the twin-turbo Hurricane-powered Wagoneer, it's insane. When you go into the shop and you see them, they literally have the car split in half. So I am not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Nobody asked for this. Nobody wants it. And that's just the reality. So, I think Stellantis, they have created a perfect storm. They're going to kill these companies. They're absolutely going to kill them. That's what it is. This is the configurator that they just sent an email. It says, configure yours now. Gee, I wonder if anybody else is doing this. Enter. Mm-hmm. mean, no matter what angle they show it, the issue is the interior looks nice, but the exterior, it looks like a base Challenger from like 2015. It looks like a base SXT. That's all it looks like to me. I understand they're trying to make it look like a 1969 Charger. They're basically making this thing look like it's a 1969 Charger, but it's updated for the future. That's basically what they've going for. And you know, I mean, it's not an ugly car. It's just that functionally, it's not what the Dodge buyer wants. And as an EV owner, I have no problem with the way the car. I have no problem with the car being an electric car. I just know that, you know, that's going to sink Dodge, because I understand more about electric cars now than I've ever understood before. So, you know, this is not what the Dodge buyer wants. I just understand that, you know. All right, so what is it? Change. This is the Scat Pack model, but they don't offer the Banshee model yet, so you can't even see what that would look like. All right, so let's see the external color. So they got, what is it, white knuckle. They got white knuckle. They got triple nickel. What is this? Destroyer gray. They got black, diamond black. Then they have this red eye. Okay, red eye. Then they got after dark. And they got peel out. Ludicrous. After dark. All right, let's pick red eye. Wheels. Okay. 20 by 11 fronts, 20 by 11.5. So they're selling these things staggered. Okay. What is this? Carbon wheels track pack. Luster wheels or carbon wheels. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this. So these cars are coming with 20-inch wheels, right? But from what I can tell, due to the weight of these cars are coming with Hellcat brakes. From what I can tell, it looks like the brake disc is like the brake disc that you get from the Hellcat. That's what it looks like to me. So don't quote me on it, because there's no way I can actually see the actual parts information yet. But from what I can tell, it looks like these are Hellcat rotors. And if it's Hellcat rotors, and you're talking about the brake jobs are expensive on these cars. You know, each rotor is like $900. I don't think the price has really gone down. It probably actually went up. But if I could find out the parts number, it would be easy. Then I could find out, like, you know, I could find out whether or not that's true, because it looks like those are Hellcat rotors. Okay, let's see. Interior. So you can either get the black interior. So they showed this picture. You get the black interior, or it looks like they got the red interior, and then they got black suede. So they've got the red Napa leather trim seats. And the seats are nice. It looks almost like Lamborghini seats, to tell you the truth. Those but they're, you know, they're more padded, obviously. But those look like Lamborghini seats. So you got the red interior right there, red guts. And then they have black suede. So you got the black suede. So they got black Napa leather, black suede, and what else they got? Red, demonic red. So they got demonic red. Demonic red. Yeah, it's kind of... I don't know how a lot of other people feel about the digital interior, but because this is an electric vehicle, a digital interior actually makes a lot more sense. But there's no like, how should I say, analog gauges. Everything's just straight digital. Yeah, so I pick the red exterior with demonic red interior. It's interesting, however, it doesn't look like you can do the doors that way, but I guess they can't do that because the doors are, I guess they just want the doors to be like one color or something. Highlights. R-Wing. Okay, so it's just telling you about the airflow concept that they put in there, the R-Wing. They're talking about it being a wide body. They're talking about the power at the bottom. I already know enough about that. Attitude adjustment, mood lighting. I don't know if they show the different colors. So yeah, you got the red interior, mood lighting. So it says immersive interior lighting with an array of 64 colors, the ability to adjust intensity. Okay, yeah. Pretty much all of these new cars. And it's funny because I've been in some of these... I've looked at some of these Toyotas, and it looks like some of these Hondas. They even put mood lighting LEDs in there, too. So you got the digital display. What else? Infotainment screen. And that infotainment screen, that looks familiar to me. That looks like that came out of one of those Alfa Romeos. It's not a bad info. I'm not saying it's bad. I could see it has the heated and cooled zone button there, so that's yeah, that part. So oh yes, and it also, you know what this looks like? I've seen this layout before. This is like from the Wagon, well, not from the Wagoneer, I shouldn't say that, but it looks like it came from one of the Wagoneer products, the way they have it set up. So you can see the heated and cooled seats on the side and everything. I mean, it's not bad. It looks passable. I'm going to wait until I actually drive the thing before I pass final judgment. So, but, because I just want to see how comfortable it is. Because I'm assuming, it should be a comfortable car, but I want to see it. So you have the sun and sound package. And it says stream will shut down in 58 seconds. Please click anywhere if you're still active. Obviously, I am. Okay, so the sun and sound package. Okay, vehicles, power brokers, research. Yeah, but what they don't say is how much is this thing? Like, I don't see locate next-gen charger. So I see the packages, but they don't say anything about the price. Locate next-gen charger. Yeah, I don't see anything about the price. First call, 2024 charger. Read these notices. Do it. Calling all horsepower fanatics. The first call Challenger Daytona included here are either the first of a kind or limited production. Charger Daytona 2-door. Charger Daytona 2-door. All right. Well, it looks like it says Garden City. They're talking about, okay, they got 2 available orders. And Town and Country Jeep Chrysler. Okay, that was the one that I was talking about where they have the Durangos and they haven't sold them. So they have 2 available orders. 2 available orders at Merrick. So each dealership, it looks like they got 2 allocations that you are able to go to them and you're able to ask them. South Shore, let's see how many security Dodge got. Okay, Empire got 2, Eastchester got 2, Brooklyn got 2, Riverdale got 2, CDJR got 2. I don't see security Dodge yet. Where's security Dodge? Route 46, Bedford, Ramsey, Salerno, Nielsen, Route 18, Meadow. I don't see security Dodge, though. Maybe their 2 allocations are used. Because, yeah, it says these have 1 available order. Route 18 has 3. All right, so, yeah, it looks like they're about to play the exact same game that they did before. They're going to fucking mark these things up like crazy. And you'll just be lucky to be able to get the allocation if you want. So it looks like that's the game it looks like is being played here. Because it's like that power locator. And basically all it did was allow them to scam the shit out of you by raising up the MSRP and all that with the inflation adjustment. It says view only power broker dealers. Okay, let's see that. All right. So, Security Dodge pops up as a power broker. So it says they have 2 available orders. Ramsey has 1. I don't know what that is, but that's in New Jersey. Nielsen in New Jersey. Okay, so the power broker dealers, they still have theirs. So that's basically what it is. It's like, I don't know. I don't know when they get it. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm sure that everybody, the dealers, they haven't gotten any new products in so long that they're going to be excited to show these things off. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm also going to go check out the Wagoneer S when it comes to the dealer, but it looks like they ain't got nothing else for the most part to sell. So, I'll just have to check it out when they get it.